It's Rachel and John, YaJagoff Late Night. Back to Pizziola Primo and our guest, Nancy and David Johnson. Well, first of all, let's just say, are you new to this place?
I feel like no.
No.
We knew the way here.
Yeah.
We are very active participants in the cultural district scene.
Okay.
And we go to a lot of live events. And we have a short list of restaurants that we kind of rotate. We don't want to go to the same restaurant every time.
Sure.
This is one of them, and we've had some great meals here.
So they're feeding us right now.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
I know.
which is
Risotto,
fantastic.
balls.
Oh my gosh.
Love it. Love them.
It is fantastic. I mean, I think, as we said, people repeat. And when they're going to a show, it's kind of like, where can I go that's nice establishment, go in, get what I want, go to the show, call it a day, this is it.
Yeah.
And Johnson approved. There you go. Johnson & Johnson approved. There you go.
Oh, wait, are you allowed to say
I think I am. Guys,
Oh, my God.
right? Edit? Okay, no, we're good. So we are so happy to have you here. Obviously, David, first of all, I have to say I fangirl over journalism because I worked at the Trib for a lot of years. So anytime I have the opportunity to be among people like you, it is an honor. So thank you for joining us. Nancy.
It's very kind of you to say.
Oh, please. I mean, and Nancy, having interviewed you for the radio was obviously a wonderful time. We felt like we got to know you very quickly just from that little interview. And then, as we said, you are like an icon now because of what you've brought to our city. So congratulations. How does that feel?
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you. I tell you, it's taken all these weeks since the induction
Yes.
ceremony
Right.
to finally get my heart rate back down to normal. It was so exciting to have that grand opening, see so many people come out on the street as we cut the ribbon on the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame and inducted the first 10 honorees. People were so enthusiastic, and the emails that came in afterwards from people I know and from strangers, the messages were sort of this consistent theme. What a joyous event that was. What an uplifting event that was. What an inspiring event it was. Because, in a succinct fashion, we talked about each of the 10 people and why they were worthy of this honor of being on the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame. And it just got people excited, which is...
That's it.
That's what we're trying to do. Get people excited about the talent that has come out of this region.
Our city, yes.
And educate them. I mean, I'll be frank, a lot of people, maybe they knew the name Nellie Bly, but they didn't quite know exactly what did she do. She went around the world, right? She did a lot more than that. And that's just one example of, we're educating people. We're celebrating the scientists, Jonas Salk and what he did with the polio vaccine, as well as, the superstars we all know, the Andy Warhols, August Wilson, and of course Michael Keaton, George Benson. I could go on. Roberto Clemente, his sons were there. That's another thing. We have the sons of Fred Rogers and the sons of Clemente and the wife of the late August Wilson. It was just great.
Yeah. So, Nancy, how do we make sure that we're helping you and because this is now an official capacity, right?
Yeah,
this is going to be an ongoing thing. We get this blip. Oh my God, it's great to see everybody. We're all down and somehow whoever you do, you got great weather. I don't know how you did that.
Thank goodness.
Right. Wait, it was sandwiched between two rainy days.
Yes.
Right. So whoever you knew, but what do we do now to help you and keep the awareness going so it isn't? Yes, sure, there's a blip, but how do we keep the blips or level off the
you
information?
Are so kind to ask.
But it's true. I mean, I love this.
Okay. Well, I guess there are two things that can be done. Nominations for the 2026 group of honorees will be open all through the month of January. So if you go to our website, pittsburghwalkoffame.org, you'll see nominate, click on that, and then nominate somebody, but please make sure that the nominee meets the criteria.
Right.
Because, we got a lot of people nominating their uncle and their daughter, and it was all
And you're like, they're lovely, but...
heartwarming, they're lovely.
Yes.
But the first thing I want to say is that the impact that this person you're nominating has had must be on a national, if not worldwide, but certainly national level. There are some great people and some incredibly famous and beloved names that have done so much good for the city, for the region, that this has to have had a national or worldwide impact. And there has to be a strong connection to one of the 10 counties that we call southwestern Pennsylvania. So you can nominate somebody, or you could go to that same website, pittsburghwalkoffame.org, and you can click on donate, because this is an expensive proposition.
Yes.
We're a
always use money.
nonprofit.
Yes.
And You know, he watches.
I was just gonna say,
write
Nancy-
these foundation applications.
Can't
and I love
imagine.
the foundation world. They've been wonderful.
Right.
But they can't, carry the load themselves. We need that. We need the help of the general public as well.
And David, we talked with Nancy, as we said on the radio earlier, and she talked about the idea and where it came from. You guys were in St. Louis.
She was with our son.
One of the few trips
gotcha.
I've taken without him. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so she came home and said, "We need this," and you said, "Okay."
I said, okay, and, she can't be stopped, is what I thought.
I can tell.
Because she
yeah.
was so enthusiastic about it. And I've said this a number of times lately. It's one thing to have an idea, to see something. She saw the St. Louis Walk of Fame, and you were born in St. Louis.
Right.
And this is no dig on St. Louis, but she thought, well, we can do that, and we probably have more famous and impactful people in Pittsburgh than St. Louis. I'm not sure that's true.
I don't know
believe
about
it.
more, but they have a lot. I would say
They
at
have a
least
lot.
they
Hey,
can
they
at
have a
least
lot.
equal that.
We're a Jag podcast. We don't
Yeah.
fact check anything.
Yeah. I mean,
We believe you.
the cities are very similar, but
They are.
it's one thing to have an idea. Anybody can have an idea. But then to see it through, and this is 12, 13 years, to see it through to completion, like it happened on Monday, the 20th
Of October.
of October. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Is another thing entirely.
question.
And,
Yeah.
through, I don't know if blood was
Shed.
shed.
A lot of tears.
Sweat and tears were, and so I'm always impressed with what she does. But to make this a reality is just amazing to me. See all those people
Look at
there,
the moment.
hundreds of people.
It was
showed up.
amazing.
It was,
was.
yeah. I mean, people. Somebody said, "What if you just were popping into town for some reason? You had breakfast at Pamela's right around the corner. You walk down the street, and there's Michael Keaton speaking."
Yeah.
But not only that, but I mean, even as I said before you guys came on, the poise of Nancy, and then Rick Seebeck. I mean, people go crazy to see Rick Seebeck,
Yeah.
Sure.
and he's the one up there
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
I mean, it was truly something to be seen. So,
Yeah.
again, the kudos sounds silly because it really was monumental for Pittsburgh.
I
Thank
agree.
you for
Yeah,
acknowledging that.
absolutely.
Rick Seebeck sits on our board. He wasn't just our
Oh, okay.
MC.
Sure.
Okay.
So,
And he wasn't just having breakfast and you said, "Hey, come on over."
And I remember you on the radio, Nancy, that David, you talked about this has not been a 1-year project. This has been literally, it's, we talk about weddings, you're all this hurry up and wait, then it's over.
Yeah.
But this has been really a heart-filled, a project from your heart.
from my heart. And,
Yeah.
and it really was over in an hour. Boom. And
Yeah.
I don't even know where it
What's your
went.
encore now?
Yeah, so,
Right.
yeah. Is that a question we
Where's
asked?
the
Yes.
Next
10?
year,
Yes.
yeah.
So, you know,
Yes.
just
Keep it
And
going.
listen, I know what you said the criteria were, but Michelle, the bartender here at the bar manager, she gets in. I don't know. You,
She's up
you
there.
saw her performance.
She's angling to get on the sidewalk.
Nancy,
And you know what? I have to say this
Yeah.
because I know you were you were out of town
Yes.
and unable to attend
Yes,
the
yes,
service.
yes.
So you have to know that as part of the introduction that I wrote for Rick Seebeck to introduce Michael Keaton, I ended it with, and after making nearly 100 movies, that alone would qualify him to be on the Walk of Fame. But according to our Jagoff friends,
we know.
the fact that he was the first person to use the word Jagoff in a movie
Yeah.
Nancy, I cried.
qualifies him.
It warmed our heart. No
I'm
kidding.
not
Yeah.
kidding. I
Okay,
said,
it was-
call it menopause, call it what you want, but I
It was-
cried over
yeah.
Nancy
And
saying
it was night
yeah.
shift. It was
It was
night
night shift. Yeah.
Yep,
Thank
yep.
you for that
That
because
was
that
so
meant a
kind
lot.
of you. Yeah, because we had friends send us the video. And it was,
Yeah.
it
And
was
Rick
like,
was great
oh,
about it as
yeah,
well.
Rick-
Yeah, that's
No, I
fantastic.
had to get that in there. That was
Yeah.
such a great observation you made.
Well, we
I
appreciate that. And he's a huge fan, so obviously. Was Michael Keaton amazing?
He was amazing.
Yeah.
His words were so heartfelt,
Yes.
so sincere. His love for this city, he wears it on his sleeve.
Yeah.
It is just genuine. And when he said, I don't even know if I could say this, when he said, this is honestly one of the most special days of my life,
Yeah.
I almost crumpled.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I
that
get it.
I had given Michael Keaton, my board, and everybody else
Yes,
who'd worked
right.
on this,
Of course.
had given Michael Keaton one of the best days of his life. Oh My God.
Yeah. Well, that's how we feel about you guys. So thank you so much. Where can people find out more about you one more time?
Pittsburgh Walk of Fame. Pittsburgh spelled out, and I don't have to tell this crowd Pittsburgh with an H.
With an H.
Like I have to tell so many
Others,
people.
yes.
PittsburghWalkOfFame.org. We're a
Awesome.
nonprofit.
Honestly, Nancy, David, thank you so much for joining us. It is an absolute honor, and we hope we have you back before the next one so that we can talk about it again. It's John and
you.
Rachel, YaJagoff Late Night.